Our fourth story is called Mr. Nosy and the Big Surprise, written by the same artist. There we are. Mr. Nosy is the sort of person who does not mind his own business. He minds everyone else's business. He is as nosy as his nose is long. If there is a keyhole to look through or a letterbox to listen at, you'll find Mr. Nosy there, looking or listening, and probably both. One day, while Mr. Nosy was taking a walk through the wood on the other side of Tiddletown, he heard a door shut. "That's odd," he said to himself. Mr. Nosy peered around a tree, and there was a wall that had never noticed before. Now Mr. Nosy can't go past a wall without knowing what is on the other side, and rather handily this wall had a door in it, a small yellow door. Mr. Nosy, being the nosy fellow he is, could not resist taking a look. He opened the door and peered around it. On the other side of the wall was a tiny house with a yellow door. Inside the house was a lift. Mr. Nosy got in the lift and pressed a button. The lift went down and down and down and down for what seemed like a very long time. At the bottom of the lift, doors opened onto a long tunnel with a light at the end. Mr. Nosy set off down the tunnel. By this time, Mr. Nosy was very curious. He couldn't wait to see where the tunnel would lead. At the end of the tunnel there was another small yellow door, and then another tunnel. There must be something really interesting at the end, Mr. Nosy said to himself as he hurried along. He came to another door, and then a long winding staircase, and another tunnel at the top. Mr. Nosy had quite lost track of time, but he felt sure that he was coming close to the end. He finally came to yet another small yellow door, just like all the others, except this one had a keyhole. Mr. Nosy peeked through the keyhole. All he could see was a white room, so he opened the door and there was a white room. Nothing else. No furniture, no carpets, no pictures, just a white room. Mr. Nosy walked into the room. He had never been so disappointed in all his life. He turned to leave, and it was then that he saw a note stuck at the back of the door. And written on the note was, "Tee-hee," signed Mr. Mischief. Mr. Nosy groaned and went home, the long way. And now you know what to do if you ever discover a small yellow door. Keep walking. Time for our final story before our facts about our animals again.